I was wondering how you encouraged your sales force to adapt to pushing your technology resources, if you had more of a veteran sales force, or what are some of the methods that you got them engaged in accepting some of the newer selling tools?
I didn't. I don't worry about them. Honestly, I mean, our salespeople, they have to be authentic to themselves and how they sell, and I'm not in a position to tell them how they can better connect with their customers. So we were talking about this, the different generations. I just make sure we have great content that we can use across multiple different channels, whether it's a case study that's printed on a piece of paper that a guy is comfortable handing out, or a tweet about the blog post that a guy can retweet to his customers. And for me, I don't worry about the guys. I mean, especially when they've got a huge book of business, like, what am I going to tell him? Yeah, you need to start, pulling up catalogs on your iPad. And he's like, I just focus on making sure that I am hitting every different person and their needs in a way that's most effective and efficient. And if I started worrying about every guy that didn't turn on their iPad, I wouldn't sleep at night. And, I just try to make sure that I get him what he needs, and I make sure that the content can be used. I can print it, and I can tweet it, I can blog it, I can email it, and then that way we hit everybody. And that's what's helped for me.
Right, and I agree 100%. I mean, we have a varied sales force. We have direct salespeople, we have rep firms. So we just have to make sure that the salespeople are aware of what we have. We have monthly phone calls, monthly webinars with all the salespeople who sign on. And we just have to make sure that they're aware of all the different things that they have available to them and have an outlet for them if they have questions that they can get answered. But we can't worry about every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there and utilizing every little aspect of what we're giving out to them.
Yeah, our sales force came to us. They were already encouraged. I've got luckily a younger sales force that's more adapt to technology, and even some of the more experienced people, they felt maybe pushed or excited about the fact that they could pull a catalog up on an iPad. So they came to us, and then of course we were kind of excited about the idea of them wanting it, not us pushing it on them.
Yeah, I think it's important to provide the content and encourage and train and maybe not force, but push, because there are benefits to doing things digitally. You save time, you save money. It can be easier for them, but if they don't want to change, you can't force them to. But having the tools available and being willing to communicate how to use them clearly and making yourself available to that, I think is probably the best you can do.
All right, so we got about 5 more minutes left. Are there any other questions from the audience?
I can make one quick comment too while people are thinking of questions. Earlier I mentioned that it's hard to get a lot of interaction on social media, so a lot of people, I'm sure, are thinking, well, then why am I even going to do it? Yeah, you got to be present. It's good to just be there, have a page, but why spend the time posting pictures from our company outing? Who really cares? Not even from the customer interaction standpoint, but it's really big on recruiting, especially as millennials come into the industry. They care about that. So when we have new hires or we have interns, they say, oh, why did you apply for this? Why do you want to work for us? And say, well, look, I looked at you on Facebook, and I saw that you do a lot of community events. That's really important to millennials. Or I see that all your internal activities, everyone loves to work at that company. I want to be part of that. And that's very important to millennials. So even just from a recruiting standpoint, being open and honest and showing what your company does on social media, that's where everybody goes. If I see a new company, if I'm not on Facebook, I'll Google it, go to their website. If I don't see their social media icons, I'll shake my head and then scroll down and look for it. And then if there's a Facebook icon, I'll go there and see what they're all about. That's what millennials do, and we need to be thinking that, because they're the next generation that's coming into the industry.
But you're not a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
Oh, okay.
I may look like a Gen Z. What's the next one? I may look like I'm 10. I am a millennial.
No, we've had huge returns just on the marketing ourselves and in recruitment and hiring. We'll post the fun videos and the golf outings and the Tigers games we go to. I'm from Detroit, so big Tigers fan. And whenever I do a job interview because I do most of the interviews for the company, and we're sitting in front of somebody who's 20-something or 30-something, they've already gone to our Facebook page. They've already checked us out and see what a great company. They're already sold before they even walk in through the door. And and some of them don't even care how much they make. They're just happy to be a part of something, and happy to have the opportunity to be a part of what they believe is a fun work environment.
All right, well, I have one question to end it on. What piece of technology or possibly a new technology trend are you guys most excited for and planning for in the next 2 to 3 years?
I don't know it yet.
I'll answer it in a little different way. The things that I'm learning every day are the things that, a lot of things are self-taught in this industry and in this job set. And I hear, when we went out to dinner last night, I have a small team, I have a, small budget. There's a lot of things that a company any size can do in terms of Google AdWords or Facebook advertising, because you can focus it on a specific geographic area. And I just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. So you could go on Google AdWords, focus on some keywords and say, I want to do 50 miles from this specific zip code. And it will be targeting. So lead generation ads and things like that. Same thing with Facebook posts. You can boost posts and be very specific on the people that you're targeting with those ads. The second thing, maybe to answer your question a little bit, is with social media, we found a company, I'm not advertising them, but they've been good so far. It's a startup called Insightpool. Been very good to work with. They're based out of Atlanta. And what they do is, instead of people reaching out to you as a company, you can reach out to them via their social media profiles based on keywords. So if I'm looking for property managers in the state of Illinois, it will actually reach out to them via social media, via Twitter, and then you can actually personalize tweets to them. So if you find 500 people, you will actually tweet out to them personally, and then you start a conversation with them. And we've had tremendous success. We've been with them for like 6 months, and I can count on 2 hands multiple campaigns that we've been successful with them, attracting the right people within our social media channels. Insightpool. One word, Insightpool.
I don't think the next big thing is we just don't know it yet. I mean, if you think about 5 years ago, nobody knew Facebook or Twitter. Everybody was still on MySpace. Does everybody remember MySpace?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And 5 years from now, we might not even be using Facebook or Twitter. It might be something else. It might be something like a Vine or something else somebody's going to invent.
Right.
So anything that empowers my workforce, that encourages them, gives them the information that they need, I'm all for. I'm 2 thumbs up the whole way.
Yeah, I would agree that I think the biggest thing is just being excited just look for new technology and what's coming out there. I stumbled across Google has a thing called Google Business Photos, and just like when you're on Google Maps, you can do street view, walk along the street. Well, a business can hire a Google certified photographer to come in your facility, walk through with their camera, and take a picture and walk through your building. And so on the front page of our website, our salesmen who, our corporate office is in the southeast suburb of the city, so people who are in the northwest, we have an awesome automated mezzanine we just spend a ton of money on, and when we added so much space and we save so much money, but they can't come and see it because it's an hour drive and they don't have time. But now they can go on our front page of our website and literally walk in our front door, see what we look like on the inside. They can walk into our warehouse and they can see, how much space we have and how they can explain all the statistics for the automation. Recruiting can walk in and see our open cube, open pod system, and technology like that you don't even know exists. New stuff is always coming out. So I would say I'm not necessarily excited for one specific thing because I don't know if we've seen it yet, what's going to come next. But
no one knows everything.
Yeah,
right.
But I'm excited to see what the new innovative things are. And keep an eye on Google because they got the money. And even things may come and go like Google+. Who knows if it's going to stick around. It's not competing with Facebook anymore, but it's still there. It's tied to search results. And if you had the option of someone Googles your name, do they just see your name or this your name plus your picture and information and link to your website and walking through and all this other information? If there's value to using things that Google puts out, whether it's going to be around 5 years or not. They add stuff and drop it all the time. But if it's there, use it, because, I mean, Google's Google. So.
All right. Thanks a lot, you guys.